So, welcome everyone to our first episode of Our Clix Are Sealed. It's a heroclix podcast about the wonderful world of sealed play.
Our favorite way to play heroclix, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's the greatest evening thing out there. You could be a great veteran or a newcomer with some huspa, and sealed evens that playing field.
Yeah, and so it's nice because you don't have to. Everyone pays the same amount, right? No one's buying $150 figures and taking them to the table.
Yeah, exactly. Not in sealed.
At least, hopefully not.
So we're going to actually introduce you guys to ourselves here. I'm actually going to pass it off to my co-host here, or lead host, really, Stuart. Stuart, the brains of this pairing. Introduce yourself.
I wouldn't say I'm like the lead host. So I've been playing heroclix since the Invincible Iron Man set released, but I didn't really get into it until the Age of Ultron event. And that's actually the first time I met Dennis, when we played against each other, and I lost terribly to him and to a machine man in Sealed. And at that time, I was not a great Sealed player, but by now, I think I've gotten pretty good. My favorite set for Sealed was definitely Avengers Infinity, which had like the 2x2 base figures. Yes. And I just thought that was such a fun addition.
You did kick butt at that. Oh my God, your brain was just clicking on a new level. I don't recall you ever doing bad in a Sealed on that.
No, I think I won every Sealed event I played for that.
Oh yes, you demolished me, that's for sure.
So how about you, Dennis? How'd you get into heroclix?
Okay, well, I got started. I'd say that that Spider-Man set. It's the Amazing Spider-Man set, the one with that uncommon 125 Spider-Man that I thought was the greatest thing. And then as I learned how to play it, just realized how garbage that piece was. But like you, I didn't really get good at Sealed till probably about the same area, actually, that Age of Ultron summer event. I was really just collecting and building teams for fun, and then that's where Sealed kind of clicked for me. Yes, that is where I met you. We had our Sealed match, and that's when we learned that Dennis, the brawn of the operation, also has a horseshoe up his butt. So, the dice are routinely on my side. My favorite set for Sealed, that's tough. I I want to say any X-Men set, but it's pretty common that X-Men and Sealed don't work well for me, which is a shame. I'd say the best Sealed set was probably, for me, the Captain America one, the most recent one. I did pretty well on those, and I actually just enjoyed it. Even if I was losing, the pieces were so well designed, it was just so fun.
So what's your favorite single Sealed memory or figure or anything to do with Sealed?
Oh my God, there's so many. I would have to say, I know it's so like bittersweet. The Black Panther and the Illuminati, the Black Panther Illuminati set. My Taskmaster, my favorite villain, was a super rare in that, and I was gushing over it. And it kind of started the whole trend of me loving a super rare, someone else pulling it, and proceeding to kick my butt with it. That whole tournament where one of our players pulled the Super Rare Taskmaster beat me, but I went on to basically kick butt with the rest of that tournament. That was just a fun set. All kinds of things to collect. I don't want to say every piece, but a lot of pieces were like, actually, this guy's pretty good. If you do it this way, this guy's pretty good. How about you? What was your favorite Sealed memory?
There's a lot. The one that comes to mind right now is the newest X-Men set, the animated series Dark Phoenix Saga, where I ended up playing a team that had nothing higher than an uncommon on it and still managed to win the tournament.
Holy crap.
I feel like that's just like the perfect example of what happens in Sealed, where someone can just not pull anything good in the rare and super rare slot and still manage to do good stuff with it.
No. So that was a choice then. You decided not to play your rare or super rare.
I got some bad rares and super rare. I didn't get a super rare, but I got two bad rares.
Yeah, that happens. That happens sadly.
And I got Exodus, and I managed against my final round was against someone who pulled the Chase and the super rare Prime Storm,
Oh my god.
and I got that lucky Exodus leadership roll that boosted all of his values by 3. He ran in there and pulse waved something just to death, and it felt good.
That I bet you that felt awful on the other side, but who cares?
Yeah.
You won.
So recently we just had a a sealed event for Justice League on Saturday, actually.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I did very well in that.
Yeah, you won, right?
Well, okay, so first of all, I won with the team that I had no business having. So, just to highlight to our friends out there, our favorite way to start a sealed is the idea of grabbing a booster, picking one figure, and then you pass to the left or right, whatever's agreed upon by the
Yeah.
group.
Drafting, right?
Drafting, yes.
So unlike a lot of people, instead of drafting at the beginning and then at the end, we draft at the beginning and just keep whatever figures we draft.
Yes, because there's nothing worse than pulling a chase or super you want at the beginning and then basically losing that person because you played poorly. That has happened to me. That was actually one of my earliest sealed memories, not the favorite one, hence why I didn't tell that story.
Yeah, it's yeah, and especially for like newer players, they pull this cool figure that's just impressive, and they just don't know how to use it well, so they lose it, which just never feels good for anyone.
No, no, especially with people getting into the game. So that being said, our latest sealed event was that you draft at the beginning, and what you grab is what you keep. This probably went a long way of me getting the team I did. First of all, I'm going to say my two boosters, I pulled the Wonder Twins and the Super Rare Atom, so great right off the bat. But both times when the second booster would come around, being drafted around, both players passed up their rares in their booster because I guess they wanted an uncommon or a common in their other boosters.
So that's not crazy, right? Because there's a lot of bad rares, especially in this set. There's some that I would definitely pass up for a really strong uncommon. So were they bad rares that they passed you?
I don't think so. I think they were really good rares. One of them was the rare Green Lantern, that 12 attack with energy explosion. And yeah, people on his
I
team
think
need
you
to
mean Green
die.
Arrow.
Did I say Green Lantern?
Yeah,
Is this not what we were doing in our match? Oh, it's Green
that's
something.
exactly what happens.
Green Arrow. Yes, sorry. Rare Green Arrow. The 12 attack. You can't pass that up. He ignores elevated and hindering, and it's a very potent 60 points for range. So, yes, that was one I swear someone should have took. The second one I could maybe understand. It was the rare Amanda Waller, but it's the Justice League Amanda Waller. And by this time through the draft, I was already six figures deep of Justice League, so I had to take her as well.
I mean, I personally think that Amanda Waller might be better than Green Arrow. Leadership, perplex, outwit, 35 points. I mean, how do you pass that up?
No, you're correct. You're correct. She was literally the MVP of my team. She was getting in position for that outwit. The leadership came through, and who doesn't like perplex and sealed?
I mean, yeah, it's necessary, right?
So yes, that was my what was my whole team now. Wonder Twins, Adam, that Green Arrow, Amanda Waller. I had Justice League, Lex Luthor. I had the uncommon Green Arrow, and one more. Must not have really mattered if I can't really remember. But
I think it
whatever.
was the Green Lantern that carries everyone around.
You're right. He was the one carrying around, which is very helpful, and you kind of push him to perplex. So, yeah, my team was rocking three leaderships, three outwits, three perplexes if needed. It was just insane.
5 probability controls for your theme team. It was a nice team.
Well, now that the listeners know my team, what was your team in this sealed event?
So I pulled 2 super rares, which seems lucky, but they were not the best super rares. I got Stargirl, and I got who was the other super rare? Warhawk. So I don't know. Warhawk never did anything for me. He
No,
was
not as much.
he's just a charge figure, and I don't know. He was easily taken down, especially against Dennis, who had a ton of outwit. Warhawk just never seemed to do what he needed to. But Stargirl, I was a little iffy on her at first, but her trait, her Starlight Snares trait, which when she hits, she can either choose to use TK it for free or telekinesis for free on the target, or she can immobilize the target for a turn. And I managed to get every action tokens off her every single turn for like 6 turns in a row, and just lock down another player's figures until like just they couldn't do anything.
Wow. And were you playing her at a lower point value?
No, I had her at the higher point value. I think my team in total was Warhawk, Stargirl. There was more.
There was more. You
Shining,
had the energy.
Shining
You had
Knight.
an energy explosion from someone.
Oh, you're right. I had Speedy.
Yes.
So I somehow I got a rare and 2 super rares. So that worked out pretty well. Shining Knight, and then I think that was it.
You had.
Speedy, Shining Knight, Warhawk, Stargirl.
Did
No,
you
there
have
was
a
one
Green
more.
Lantern as well? Did you have a Green Lantern as well?
I did not have a Green Lantern. I
You had
wish I had a
two
Green Lantern.
flyers. I remember you had 3 flyers and 2 walkers.
Yeah. Who knows? Well,
Who knows?
technically, Shining Knight's also a walker. So
Yeah, true. Yes. How did your matches go? A little teaser. We met in the finals. We were at the top 2 there. But how
yeah.
did your first 2 matches go?
So my first match did not go great, even though I won it in the end. It came down to time because if it had been time had been called 5 minutes later, I would have lost that game.
Ooh.
So it started out with a Green Lantern. My opponent had a Green Lantern and a Shazam, and the Prime Batman. So
Oh.
they had pulled pretty well, but it started out with that Shazam coming over the whole map and smacking Speedy down 4 clicks.
Oh. Oh no.
And so after Speedy takes 4 damage, he is not looking so good. And basically what happened is we did a little bit of just kind of some back and forth attacking, and I managed to KO one of his figures that was worth 50 points, and he KO'd Speedy, who's worth 45.
Is that it? You literally won by 10 points?
Yeah, or 5 points.
Oh man. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, you did. You really did get lucky there.
Yeah, it came down to I had made one attack, killed his figure, made some more attacks, missed them all, went to his turn, and then time was called right before I passed the turn to him.
Okay, so that was your first match victory?
And that being said, I didn't. Oh, I also had a Doctor Fate. That was the figure. I did not stall ever. I don't try to stall, even if I'm gonna lose.
No, stalling is not a fun technique. When it comes to the meta games, I've been known to overthink things. But man, like if I'm one of those guys where I have no idea what I'm doing, just pass. Just go. Just
Yeah,
let it go.
I feel like I'm known for like underthinking things and just going super fast.
Oh, you don't stall at all. And if you mixed my overthinking with your underthinking, there'd probably be a few games where you just stop me. So anyway, you got the first victory for like 5 points. What was your second game like?
Well, why don't you tell me about your first game first?
It was actually not too eventful, really. The guy I played had a very simple Justice League team. I think the common Wonder Woman, the same Green Lantern that carries, the common Batman, and the rare Hawk Girl. I know those figures. I knew the Wonder Woman and the Hawk Girl could be really mean. It wasn't actually much of a stomping for me. It really should have, but that's when I realized as soon as I started this game is my team is range, range, range. I have no charge. I don't even want to get close, which kind of works against how this atom should work. You should be charging in with someone or something and then dropping that atom and then letting them follow up with a close attack. So I positioned really well around this pillar in the middle. We were using the proper maps. I actually only won on points because I got his Hawk Girl dead and his Green Lantern dead. If that game kept going and going and going, I'm pretty sure I would have wiped him out. But because of I don't have any close attackers, I had to pace my positioning and I won off points. I think it was like whatever Green Lantern and Hawk Girl would have been in points. He didn't get anything off me.
Okay, so even though it wasn't a stomping, you still gave him a big goose egg.
Really, yeah. Okay, yeah. It was dominant. Yes, it was a very dominant. I don't think he had much choice of anything. And you can't really, when I'm running 3 outwits, 3 perplexes, whatever I need.
It's a strong team, yeah.
It was. So yeah, that's it. It was a fun match. We actually both had decent dice rolls. It was just coming down to you can't fight support powers if you don't have support powers.
I'm well aware.
So anyway, your second match.
So my second match was it was more of a stomping for me than the first match.
Stomping on you or for you?
Me. Yeah,
Okay.
I did the stomping this time.
Okay.
So my opponent had the Batman Beyond Super Rare,
Oh, such a
had
good piece.
Captain Atom, had the Common Flash with the Outwit. And I
Oh,
think they had
nice.
one more figure, but it wasn't anything too impressive or scary.
Okay.
So what the biggest thing is that like they had the Shazam, that was what it was. So once again the Shazam came up, kind of clobbered my figures, and they
And then goes.
killed yeah, no more Speedy. They killed my I forget who they killed, but they killed someone right away. They killed Warhawk right away.
Oh.
First turn, and they got Batman Beyond up beside a piece of blocking. So I couldn't draw a line of fire to him anymore.
No, that Batman Beyond is amazing.
So what I did is I pulse waved
Okay.
with Speedy,
Yeah.
hit the Batman Beyond down one click, just putting him on a 17 defense, and then I was able to kill him that turn.
Wow.
And then for the rest of the game, with Shazam and with Captain Atom, I was using my. This is where Stargirl came in handy. She would shoot Shazam, and then make him stop moving. Then Shazam would either try to shoot at her, and she has just an amazing defense from range, which is like a 20, right? Because it's 18 with energy shield.
Yeah, and she's got good range too.
And so Shazam just never had a chance to get up there again.
Oh.
And then Captain Atom, same thing. I knocked him until charge. He kind of moved up, killed my Shining Knight, and I was just able to stand there and just take pot shots at him every single turn. He just never got a chance to do anything after that.
All because of Stargirl.
Yeah, she was really strong on that game.
Oh, that's nice. I'm guessing you got a few of those action removing Justice League traits off.
Oh, absolutely. The best turn is I rolled 2 6s, removed 2 tokens, and then just killed them.
Oh, wow. Just like that heroic end at a movie. Everyone powers up and let's go.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think I was definitely lucky with some of my Justice League rolls. I did have 4 for most of the game, or 3 because Warhawk never had one. So I did have 4 for most of the game. So I had an okay chance of removing a token. And then as long as I was removing a token from Stargirl, like he couldn't do anything with.
No, you just keep
whatever
going.
Figure I targeted.
Down. Oh man, that's really good. That didn't happen with us.
No. So how was your second game?
That was a tough game. Okay, so I'm running my +7 Justice League, and he's running a +5 Injustice League with doubles. He had 2 Jokers. One was with the additional pointage. It's not like 2 separate Jokers. One was like that +25, and then 2 Lex Luthors, and then Cheetah, and I think that was it. Yeah, it would be. So 2 Lexes, 2 Jokers, and a Cheetah. If everyone knows this Joker, he's a leap climbing, sidestep, plasticity, poison. And for my team, who does not like to be up close, this is exactly what he did. He got in there and brought his Jokers. It was a very tough battle. There was a lot of times I had to use my outwit to just get rid of the plasticity, just so I could break away and have Green Lantern carry my people away to keep doing the shots. After I got away the first time, I think that was the big TSN turning point in that match. It was I broke away from the Jokers because they pushed to get there because he wanted to poison. From there, I carried with Green Lantern away, and I started to just, do that thing where you like concentrate on one figure, get the points off that figure. Next turn, concentrate on one figure, get the points off that figure. It did turn into me getting rid of both Jokers and a Cheetah. Oh no, and a Lex. And he didn't get anything on me. But it was a very tough match. I had to think that through. What am I using my outwits for? Am I going aggressive? Oh no, I shouldn't. He's completely pushed. Why would I give him clicks by pushing my guys? So yeah, that was a very good match. I just again on that match actually, I have to say I got very lucky. He didn't roll not one injustice. That whole
Mm.
trait that gives action tokens, he didn't hit once. So that was very lucky.
It can be a real pain, especially with Adam because he doesn't have willpower, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that being said, I had a great setup where I had three figures with the Justice League, which helps you get rid of figures or get rid of action tokens, and then three leaderships. So there was very rare time that I had a turn that I wasn't removing one token somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just good. Three perplexes, three outwits, five probability controls, and six chances to take tokens off every turn.
Oh, it was mean. It was mean. A lot of the time that token came off that rare green arrow. He was just too good. 12 attack. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and then he gets the willpower after one of your figures dies. I guess that didn't
Which
matter
only
much.
happened once. So
Okay,
anyway,
so
on
the
to our
third
third
game.
match. Yeah, me and you. I just stars lined up. I love playing you. We have this fun agreement with each other that okay, you don't know what you're doing, get rid of your turn, go on. So
Yeah,
that's
we
always fun.
we always take as many actions as we can. This might be the game that we took the least actions because there was a lot of just positioning at the beginning where I was kind of up on some elevated and just kind of going like, okay, come to me because if I go anywhere, you're just gonna destroy my whole team.
You had this great positioning. So first of all, let's begin where uh we rolled off. I think you actually won the map choice.
No, you did. We rolled.
Okay.
Remember, we rolled two sevens in a row,
Oh, that's right.
so we
Complete.
we had to re-roll it twice.
So I did choose the map that was giving me the best luck that opened with the pillar. But yeah, I remember I moved up and like, oh, I'm set up to just smack you, and then you went up on that ledge and just perfectly positioned where my range guys can't shoot you guys. So okay, I have no chargers. I remember that, and I decided to tuck tail and run to the other side of the map.
And then put yourself on the hindering that was like symmetrical to mine.
Yep.
And then what it came down to in the end is I was able to TK out Speedy, have him run up and get a amazing energy explosion on your team.
Oh, you made me waste all my freaking theme teams too, and you still hit.
Yeah, and I ended up with doubles, so I did knockback.
Oh,
Sadly, Adam rolled a super senses.
yes, that's right. He got to stay top click, his best one.
Yeah, I would have loved to push that guy to his last click.
Oh, he's actually what after two clicks, he's nowhere near as fun.
Now he loses his perplex and his outwit.
Yeah. That being said, okay, this is why you're the brains of this operation. You claimed an energy explosion, and I was still in the mindset of the old version of energy explosion. You got to hit the first target for the around them to be hit. And you showed me, it's like, no, as soon as you target one, they're all targeted. So you could technically miss the guy you're aiming at, but hit the people around him.
Yeah,
And oh my god, that would have changed my play style my last two games. It would have changed my positioning, but oh, you used it and it paid off so well.
I mean it didn't pay off that well because that was the only damage I did the entire game.
Oh my god, it is, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
from there it was my whole strategy of pick on one dude and take him out for the points and everything. And again, I had outwits galore. I was getting rid of Shining Knights Defend, which lowered speedies and warhawks, and just go from there.
it was brutal. And then I was playing the strategy of miss all my rolls, which was also didn't seem like a great strategy in
No, not a
hindsight.
good strategy at all. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
There was one chance I had to get Adam where my Shining Knight ran in, rolled an 11, he super sensed out of it, and it was at that point it was over. I mean, it was
Yeah,
over before then, but like at that point I was getting no points.
no, you had a glimmer of hope, and I had to take it away, and oh, that hurts. That hurts. So yes,
And
I ended up winning that. I think you're the only one I actually swept because again of our agreement of just go, go, go. If you got nothing, just go. We get
yeah,
lots of turns in when we face each other. I swear we each got like 7 turns that game.
we did. I mean, at least I think we probably did more than that.
Oh yeah, man, if you could, we didn't even have to fast forward if that was a video, except maybe
Yeah,
the beginning.
I think that's the thing is that we always like games with big points totals at the end, right? We want to kill as much as we can, so there's no as long as you're like I mean, there's still times we take just to make sure we're doing the most damage possible, but we never like hold out, right?
No, and honestly, Hero Clicks, the way the vigors are designed, like things can turn after a few turns if done well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also think that we often, when we play, kind of give each other help.
Yes, absolutely. And this is where I'll admit you're a much better, bigger brother to me than I am to you. Oh, you've thrown me so many things. You're like, that's not going to work that way. And you're like, yeah, you're right. It isn't going to work that way.
I mean, I think that's always fun. Like I don't want you making bad decisions and me losing or me winning because you decided to like do something because you don't know the rule about something, right?
Yeah. So that was our match. That was our the end of our tournament. So no drafting at the end for obvious reasons of how we do it, plus the COVID precautions we did, which I'd say the venue did very well.
Yeah,
Uh, they offered us gloves. They offered
and
us,
masks.
yeah, absolutely. It was very, very well done.
Yeah, I mean, almost everyone wore a mask. Everyone wore gloves during the drafting, and there's only a little issue at the end where some other people came to play, I think, Pokemon or Magic,
Oh
and
yeah, that's right. And they just like none of them wearing masks or anything.
yeah, that part was a little more concerning for sure.
Oh, oh well, we had it set up well enough. I think we just did the OP prizes of the Hawk Girl and the maps.
Yeah, I got a map. You got a hot girl in a map, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, to all our Clicks listeners, we'd love to hear your stories of your JLU sealed events. Just put them in the comments down below.
Yeah, as long as you guys are still in a place where it's still safe to go and play
Yes, or even what is it? That
online.
D20, roll 20.
D20, yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
if
or-
you want to share the stories of your sealed events from there, we'd love to hear them too. I really just want to hear how great Batman Beyond is. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, he's not that great. I lost to you with him in a different game.
Well, again, I played that bold strategy of roll nines and better.
Yeah, and I played the other strategy of crit missing twice.
Yes, exactly. Stuart, we should probably introduce to our listeners another variation of seal that is not so hard on the wallet.
Yeah, so one thing that we kind of borrow from Magic the Gathering is the concept of a cube. And what a cube is a sealed set that you design yourself with your own figures. So you take all the best figures that you can draft in sealed that from any set, you put them all into one box and then you randomize them somehow and draft from that.
So you're saying we can create a cube to our own liking, and then come time to play, you could literally just assign a number to each figure and randomly select a number, and there's your boosters to say.
Exactly. I always just do it by taking the cards out separately, shuffling those around, and then handing those out.
Oh, that's not a bad idea either. Hey, you could do the whole shuffle thing with them and everything. There are cards afterward, after all.
Yeah, and so what I was thinking about in cube is that you want enough figures that are low points and high points, but you don't want any figures that are completely worthless or completely dominating, right?
Oh,
Like
that's true.
as much as I enjoy playing Dark Side, I would not put him into a cube because I do think it's hard to build a team to beat Dark Side. It's not impossible. I've beat him in Seal, but it's hard, and if you don't have the right figures, it's impossible.
Yep, I would agree. Dark Side would be one figure. You could put them in your own cube, but I would not enjoy knowing that person was in my cube. That as soon as you draw, well, I'm done.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is every episode is just determine one figure for each of us that we would want in our cube, and we're gonna do is build a kind of a Our Clix Are Sealed cube.
Ooh, cue intro music to cube induction. Okay, good.
Yes,
That's on
that'll happen.
track.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, so Stuart, you brought this idea. I really love it, and I'm hoping the listeners will get an idea of it. Can you be the number one draft pick here? Who are you putting into this cube?
So my first choice is going to be Immortal Hulk.
Oh no,
Just,
you went
just kidding.
big.
Not Immortal. Immortal Hulk does not deserve to be in this cube. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. I'm gonna choose a common from the same set, from the Captain America and the Avengers set. I'm gonna choose Industrial Spy.
Oh no, that's okay. Tell us about Industrial Spy. I'm
So
familiar with him.
Industrial Spy is really interesting because he's basically a 3-click figure for 30 points who has 1 click of Outwit, but that click of Outwit defines him. So whenever he uses Outwit, he can get whatever power he chooses. And because of what Outwit says now, which is you choose a power, the character doesn't even have to use that power. Industrial Spy kind of has a pick a power ability.
Oh, so you
And
can outwit someone's, let's say, invincible, even though they don't have invincible, he would still Industrial Spy would still get invincible.
exactly.
Holy crow.
Then if he chooses someone with armor or robot, he also can choose a second power. So he can choose perplex and probability control. And now he's one of the best 30-point support figures in the set, right?
Oh wow. Yeah, and with sidestep 5 range, you get those support powers with willpower, so you could actually
Yeah.
move to get in position.
Then he also has stealth and improved movement and improved targeting, hindering terrain. And he's a team player, so he's copying team abilities. I just think like this is a 30-point figure that always overperforms.
Yes, that is a great, and who wouldn't like pulling that in their cube? Hey, the nice low point support piece.
Exactly. And like he has some I mean, he doesn't have great keywords with aim, hammer, hydra, and spy. But the thing about a cube is you can design it around what you want. So there could be a cube where people just have Avengers and Hydra, and you're always either trying to build a theme team of Hydra or a theme team of Avengers or some type of mishmash in the middle.
Yeah, even the common keywords.
Yeah, that's actually how I built my first cube. Is I just chose 6 different what generic keywords
Generic,
and
thank you.
put figures from those in there. So you can always try to aim for one of those generic keywords. But there was also enough Avengers that it wasn't impossible to draft an Avengers or X-Men or Justice League theme either.
Okay, okay.
So what's
Good,
your
good
first figure going to
inductee.
be?
My first pick. This will be no surprise to anyone who knows me. This will be no surprise to anyone who's stuck through this episode from the beginning. But I am going to be choosing Avengers Black Panther and the Illuminati 061 Taskmaster. This
Good choice.
guy comes with a trait that, first of all, doesn't count against theme teams. So if you're building a theme team centric cube, this guy will still fit in, no matter what those keywords are. Secondly, his trait, this is what I love him. I think it's one of the most accurate ways to portray Taskmaster. You get to choose 2 powers for free, not even at the beginning of your turn. I'm going to random them off. I'm going to go off here fast. Charge, flurry, running shot, blades, claws, fangs, incapacitate, penetrating blast, precision strike, combat reflexes, energy shield deflection, close combat expert, range combat expert, or exploit weakness. Not only do you get to choose 2 of these at free at your own timing, if you're targeting a person with any of those 2 you choose, they just can't use it. It's not even an outwit. It's you can't use it as I attack you. And for someone who's got a sidestep on his speed thing, it really helps out. He's 100 points. He's your main attacker if he's on your team, and he's going to be insane to take down.
Yeah, this is a great choice because that trait that lets them not count against theme teams means that you can build them onto any team you want.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's just so variable, but also not like incredibly powerful. He has only 6 clicks with toughness for 100 points. So it's not impossible to take him down at all.
No, if you have your outwit, your industrial spy, and you decide to outwit whatever defensive power he's having that's making it tough to take him down, use that outwit, you're taking him down, and I'm down 100 points. I will say right now, if you're using 100 points on one figure, you should go out of your way to protect them a bit.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll leave that. I'm going to make a list, and I'll post the list somewhere eventually. And
Yes.
each time we're just going to add another figure until we have enough to kind of draft. And then what we'll do is put a video online of us actually drafting from that cube and playing a game.
Oh, geez, that'd be so fun. Of course, you'll probably take the my inductees and use them against me. That seems to be a theme.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, I think this will conclude our first episode of Our Clix Are Sealed.